Dave, with Julio overall, he didn't get into any sort of trouble in that first inning again, either this outing or the last outing, and then had the 2-run home run from Fuentes and then the Tapia situation. What did you see from him in his outing?
I just felt that just overall command wasn't there. The fastball at times, the ball to Tapia right there, and that last inning leaked back over. Just the inconsistency of the breaking balls, both the curveball and the slider. Didn't really have the feel for the changeup tonight, but obviously Julio goes out there and competes every time. So I feel good every time he's out there, and it's just kind of putting it all together. But I just love the way he competes every time he comes out there.
He also mentioned inconsistency, as you just said, but you also talked about the compete. I mean, could you see him kind of battling through it and appreciate the fact if he doesn't have his best stuff, he's still doing what he can to get you through as many innings as possible?
Absolutely. He went 4+ and still punched out 6, and there's still a lot of swing and miss, and he just wants to be great, and I appreciate that. But it's just, every start just kind of locking down that fastball command and, whatever secondaries he has that day, be consistent locating it. But there's a lot to like.
You guys had to earn everything in this one. The back and forth, you came from behind 3 different times. Ultimately, the final blow of Matt Kemp 2-run homer off of Ferguson. In his last 3 appearances, Caleb's given up a home run. What are you seeing from him in terms of giving up that long ball and just some of the inconsistencies that he's having?
I think it's more of just one of those times where, and I can't even say a mistake. Pilar hit a ball that was top of the zone. And hit a homer the other night. And then that one to Kemp, it was 0-1. It was down below the zone. And he did a great job of hitting a homer. So it's just one of those things that I just want to, keep Fergie confident because we're going to keep running him out there.
Gavin works a 10-pitch at bat to draw the walk and give Corey Seager a chance. I know that you waited at the top step for him. Just considering how much pressure he has on him, how much he's put on himself, you guys are giving him a runway here. How pleased were you with that at bat?
I was very pleased. And I think that I understand, you never like losing a game or a series, but I just think that there were a lot of good things in that game tonight. And Gavin's last at bat was one of the highlights. Muncy had an at bat earlier in the game. I thought was a highlight. I thought Eddie's was a fantastic at bat to give, Corey a chance in that game. So, we played 27 outs and that's something I'm really, very, very happy with.
Was Mookie not available off the bench tonight, or you just elected to stay away from him to have the 2 days off?
Yeah, I just made that decision before the game that I was going to stay away from him regardless.
Okay, thanks.
Yep.
Next question's from Bill Plunkett. Go ahead, Bill.
Dave, why was that run of right-handers in the lineup the right spot for Ferguson?
Fergie's neutral. He's a guy that has consistently got out righties, just like left-handers. The fastball, there's swing and miss with the right-hander when it's located. There was also some guys that we had down we're going to stay away from tonight, and they had a slew of left-handers on the bench. So Fergie's a guy I just feel that gets right and left out.
This is your bullpen's been terrific most of the season, but this is 9 straight games that they've given up at least a run. A lot of base runners in those 9 games, 4.89 ERA. Can you just dismiss that as a bad run, or is there something to give you cause for concern?
Yeah, you know what? I think that there's some bad walks in there, and I think that there's some situations where we can put guys away. We haven't done that. But yeah, I can't talk about all 9 last games and kind of dissect it, but they've been like the overall sum, they've been very good. But they're not going to be perfect, and just want them to continue to execute pitches and, eliminate the walks, and we're going to be fine.
Thank you.
Yep.
Question from Eric Steven. Go ahead, Eric.
Dave, I was wondering, is there any update on Jock Peterson? Was he around tonight at all?
Jock did not make it. I should know more, and I think that everyone will know more tomorrow morning.
Okay, and then one other thing, I didn't get to ask this earlier, but Justin Turner reached 10 years of Major League service time today. Kenley did it earlier in the year. As a former player and someone who's managed both guys, what does that milestone mean?
It means a lot. We recognize both guys on 2 separate days. It's a special occasion for both of them, and it just the consistency, the longevity, performance. And those guys do a great job of enjoying each day, and I'm very, very proud of those guys.
Thanks.
Time for one more. Go ahead, Kerry.
Dave, you guys have obviously had this run of series victories. Can you just talk about the significance of going on that roll of winning series and how important it is to get back on that roll?
Yeah, I mean, it's great. I think it was a good run, and you know, you got to hand it to the Rockies. They came, they got after it, and you could see their energy. And we got beat. We got beat the last 2 nights, and that's going to happen. Off day tomorrow, and we're going to Arizona, and we got to play good baseball. And I just like the way we're playing baseball, so we'll be fine.
Thank you, Dave. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, guys.